Perseus, A Hero's Journey by Nicole Durachinsky, Herzing University. Greek mythology. Greek mythology was used to teach the people of its day the difference between right and wrong. It taught people to be humble and was used to instill the sense of humbleness and the fear of wrongdoing, and to show the greatness of heroes along with their flaws. Greek mythology remains relevant today. Studying Greek mythology gives people today an insight into the culture of that time, including what was considered important at the time and the morals of the people. The story of Perseus. Perseus was a demigod. His mother was Danae, a human who was imprisoned by her father, Perseus. His father was Zeus, the god of the sky and thunder, and the king of the gods and men. Zeus shape-shifted to copulate with the imprisoned Danae. It was from this union that Perseus was created. Upon discovering Perseus, Perseus locked mother and child in a chest and cast them out to sea, as it was prophesied that the son of Danae would one day kill him. Mother and son were saved when they reached an island ruled by Polydectes, when his brother, Dictys, a fisherman, caught the chest and freed the pair. Polydectes fell in love with Danae, who rejected his marriage proposal. Polydectes blamed the rejection on Perseus and planned to get rid of him. He did so by pretending to marry the daughter of a friend, where everyone was required to bring a wedding gift. Perseus was very poor and was unable to bring a gift, so Polydectes feigned anger and demanded Perseus bring him the head of the Gorgon, Medusa. Assisted by his siblings Athena and Hermes, he succeeded in killing Medusa and cutting off her head. During his return trip to Seriphus to produce Medusa's head to Polydectes, he had many adventures, including coming upon a woman chained to a rock. This woman was Andromeda, who was punished because of her vain mother, who boasted that Andromeda was more beautiful than the Nereids, sea nymphs, which greatly angered Poseidon, who ordered her sacrificed to a sea monster. Perseus used Medusa's head to turn the sea monster to stone, therefore saving Andromeda, whose hand he then asked for in marriage. Upon returning to Seriphus, Dictys informed Perseus that Polydectes never married and forced Danae into becoming his handmaiden, which infuriated Perseus. Perseus asked Dictys to watch over Andromeda, and he stormed the palace and turned Polydectes and his courtiers into stone with Medusa's head after proclaiming, "Let all who are my friends shield their eyes." Perseus and Andromeda married and eventually became the parents of 7 sons and 1 daughter. Andromeda now has a constellation named for her that is also known as the Chained Maiden, and it is the 19th largest constellation in the sky. Perseus also has a constellation that lies in the northern sky next to Andromeda's constellation. His is the 24th largest. Why Perseus resonated with the people of his time. Perseus was raised as a simple fisherman by Dictys. He was able to defeat Medusa with the help of his siblings by using his cunning and skills. His story is a classic example of good versus evil, overcoming humble beginnings and finding his true love. The stages of Perseus's monomyth. 1. Ordinary world. While having a complicated and tragic beginning to his life, Perseus was raised as a simple fisherman by the man that saved him and his mother from the chest his grandfather locked them in to die at sea. 2. Call to adventure. Perseus was sent on an adventure by Polydectes to kill Medusa and bring back her head. 3. Refusal of the call. Perseus began his quest but had several doubts as he searched for Medusa. Medusa had snakes growing out of her head in place of hair and was a horrible, horrible creature. 4. Meeting the mentor. While doubting his ability for success in his journey, Perseus was assisted by his brother and sister, Hermes and Athena. Hermes gave Perseus his winged sandals and his sickle, and Athena gave him her shield so he could avoid the deadly eyes of Medusa, in addition to instruction on how to find Medusa's lair. 5. Crossing the threshold. Perseus had renewed hope from the help of his siblings, who gave him the tools and knowledge to complete his goal. 6. Test allies and enemies. He learned from his siblings who his father was, Zeus, from which he was made to be extraordinary. Perseus proceeded to trick the Graeae, 3 women who shared a single eye, into giving him Medusa's location by stealing their one eye so they could not see. 7. Approach to the inmost cave. Perseus found the lair of Medusa and her sisters, who were sleeping when he arrived. 8. Ordeal. While wearing the cap of darkness, he was able to kill Medusa using the sickle given to him by Hermes, and then use the shield given to him by Athena to carry her head, placing it in a magic bag. The head had the ability to turn living beings into stone despite being dead. 9. Reward. Upon defeating Medusa, he obtained his reward, which was Medusa's head, which would be used several other times in his life. 10. The road back. While on his journey home, he came upon Andromeda, who was chained to the rocks to be killed by a sea monster. He was able to rescue her, and she would later become his wife. 11. Resurrection. Perseus also came upon his grandfather, with whom he accidentally killed, fulfilling the prophecy, which is the reason his mother was in prison to begin with. Upon returning to Seriphus, he discovered that Polydectes enslaved his mother, so he used Medusa's head to kill him and his courtiers. He was offered the throne at this time, but gave the throne to Dictys, the fisherman that raised him, and who was the brother of Polydectes. 12. Return with the elixir. Perseus and Andromeda then married and lived a full life with 8 children. The end.